So today I thought I would mix things up, and welcome to Beards and Bangers. For once you are not seeing a beard or some chubby cheeks. We are at the wheel of something that's not an MG, something that's not a Rover, and I am driving a 2009 Jaguar X-Type 2.2 diesel. And I have to say it's quite relaxing because the engine is quite ploddy as we accelerate out of this roundabout. So let's go and have a little look around this car and talk about some of its history. So a little bit of history about the X-Type. So Ford had owned Jaguar Motors since 1990, and getting towards the sort of end of the 90s, the company wanted to rival the BMW 3 Series and the Mercedes-Benz C-Class. So Jaguar decided to build their first compact car since the Mark II, which was in 1963, and those of you who know Inspector Morse will know that car from that. So quite an iconic car. So the X-Type was the first compact Jaguar since that car, and this particular X-Type is the Mark II, so it's the facelifted version. So it's just got two-wheel drive. So originally the cars all came with four-wheel drive and petrol-only engines, all V6 petrol. All the engines, the petrol V6s. This has got a 4-pot diesel. They're all Ford-derived engines. So the Jaguar AJ6 VE6 engine, Ford-derived, and this 4-cylinder diesel, 2.2 litre, also Ford-derived. So quite a lot of Ford going into this car, and they're almost competing with their own Mondeo, which the chassis of this car actually shares many components. So the floor pan of this car is based on the Mondeo. I actually drove a Mondeo estate earlier in the 2000s, and this looks a bit like a hearse, and so did that. And they're not dissimilar. Just got the front styling, which is typical. So let's talk about the styling. We've got quad headlights. Those of you who've seen my MGZT Mark 1 video will recognise that kind of style, which is pretty much in vogue in the late 90s. So look at the front of this car. If it wasn't for the Jaguar badge, it could be from anything. But very nice sweeping lines. Quite a squat car. Quite compact. Not too sure about the alloys. What it does have is the split tailgate. So again, like my favourite MGs and Rovers, we've got a split tailgate, so we can either open the whole thing somehow, like so, and then this tailgate section also opens separately as well. So yeah. What about the boot itself? Yeah, nice cavernous boot. Plenty of space in there. You just about get some golf clubs in there at an angle. But not typical for a compact estate. Yeah, it's not cavernous. We're not talking Volvo 740, Volvo 240 kind of levels of storage. But decent boot nonetheless. So what's it like internally? We've got, this one's got full leather seats, so yeah, quite attractive. If we just jump in, have a little look. And I cannot find that boot, the split tailgate opening switch, for the life of me. So if we start at the driver's door, we've got our usual windscreen switches, window switches all round, electric mirrors, electric folding mirrors, light switch in the best place for a light switch, not on the end of the indicator stalk, so that's pleasing. The dials, just 4 dials, basic. We don't get lovely things like boost gauges and oil pressure gauges and all that kind of stuff anymore, but we've got temperature, fuel, speedo, rev counter, and then in the center console we've got an array of switches. So we've got climate control, we've got heated front seats, We've got a CD player, so yeah, 08. This is an 09 car, early 09 car, so yeah, still in the days of CD players. Not like the time I had my new Peugeot 308, and I thought there was a bit of a detail in the dash, and I thought that was the slot for the CDs, only until I discovered that it was just MP3 or plug in your iPhone only. So yeah, we've got decent amount of gubbins, but I still can't find this switch for the rear tailgate, so that's a little bit frustrating. Got a glove box, nice bit of leather actually in the doors as a bit of an insert. We have got a centre armrest with a couple of cubby holes, so that's quite practical. Let's have a little look in the boot. In the back, sorry. So yeah, decent legroom. I don't have the seat that far forward or that far back, about in the middle, but yeah, decent amount of legroom. Looking at it, you get 2 adults in there comfortable on a long drive. 3, a short drive would be probably the most you could do. I think it'd be a bit squashed, but ideal with kids, and with the boot, ideal if you've got poochies as well. So the wind has a habit of blowing when I make a video. I don't know what it is. Michael Fish must not like me or something. Yeah, open the bonnet. We're getting to that stage where there's very little to see. You can top your fluids up, watch light, power steering, brakes, all that kind of stuff, but we can't see a lot. We've got our Ford / Jaguar 2.2 diesel engine, yeah, hidden beneath plastic. So it's not as fun as the older stuff, but it's good to have a look at these cars. As they're getting quite a following. There's dedicated groups on social media and on various forums, so they are well supported. It's a car that I have thought about buying, but I would probably be going for the 2.5 petrol, or maybe the 3 litre petrol if I'm feeling really rich. But yeah, let's get in this and give it a spin. So what's this car like to drive? Well, this has done nearly 140,000 miles, and the engine still feels pretty perky. This particular one, as I said, is a 2.2 litre diesel. I don't normally do diesels, but I am on this occasion. The power is quoted at 154 brake horse. But just putting my foot down and coming out of this junction, I think some of those horses may have escaped. Just seems a little bit on the hopeful side, shall we say. It's got 154 still. The one thing these engines, all the 2.2 Jaguar / Ford engines have, is 360 Newton meters of torque. So that's a pretty decent amount of torque, and just coming into a roundabout in 3rd gear, you can actually pull away really easily still, without having to change down to 2nd. So that torque is really good. In terms of driving position, we've got electric seats, so it's nice and easy to get a nice comfortable position. And these seats themselves, they are really comfortable. They're not too buckety. You know, you could happily do a long drive in this car and feel feel quite refreshed at the end of it, I'd imagine. In terms of rev range, red line is at about 4,750 RPM, so it's quite a low revving unit. It was Jaguar's first 4-cylinder engine. They'd always, of course, had famous XK engines and their inline 6 setup, and then later on the AJ V8. But this was Jaguar's first 4-cylinder car, so it's number of firsts with the Jaguar X-Type. That's for sure. Now this example, I say, is late, it's early 2009, so it's, you know, it's getting on for 14 years old now. So there's a few rattles with this particular one, but as a courtesy vehicle, it's, you know, absolutely fine. I think the fair thing to say is, if you can find a well-maintained, high mileage version of this car, it's going to serve you well. I think the engines are pretty durable. You know, having had a few Ford diesel engines myself, and obviously this is now got the Jaguar badge on it. They're a decent motor, so it's quiet, it's not rattly. You know, pull away, we're in third gear, and that's accelerating nice. It's not lightning fast. It's not, you know, it's not like my MG ZT, even the 190, which I was out in this morning. You know, pull away in second or third in that, and you know about it, even with the Viz motors doing what they're doing. But yeah, this drives nicely. It's nice and straight. So it's a comfortable car, and these cars, as I say, have got a following. There's plenty of enthusiasts out there. There's plenty of forums, plenty of you know, social media outlets. So if you get one and you get stuck, you know, you're not going to be having to go and finding brand new parts and paying an absolute fortune for them. And this is actually the first time I have ever driven a Jaguar. It's just a shame that this is the first time I'm driving a 4-cylinder diesel rather than a 6-cylinder petrol, which I'm going to have to get my hands on one. And if anyone out there's got one, please do let me know in the comments. I'll happily do a bit of a test drive and review for you. So thank you for watching another episode of Beards and Bangers. I will bring you another video on the Robot 200 BRM in the next few days. We're still waiting for a couple of bits to come for that, which I'm going to hopefully show you and put on. Yeah, and then next week we'll be back into the ZTs, so some more news on that. Hopefully you've seen my short of one of the ZTs having its engine flushed, and the other up in the air, waiting for a couple of bits on that one as well. So please continue to like and subscribe to these videos. If you like MGs, Rovers, British cars, unusual things, then this is the place to find them, and by subscribing you'll get notified. Thank you for watching Beards and Bangers, and I'll see you again soon.